How you doing, folks? Well, it's time to replace the driver's window in this 1974 Volkswagen Beetle that I broke while I was trying to refit it incorrectly. So now I'm going to try and do it correctly. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to actually remove the glass, the window mechanism with the quarter light window still installed, because a lot of videos I've seen where they do this job, the quarter light's removed, but it's not going to cooperate with me that well. So let's see how we get on anyway. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is disconnect our window winder, which is 2 bolts here. Now there's a bolt on the bottom of the slider mechanism here, and there's one at the top up here, so they both need to be removed as well, and that should then allow us to actually get the mechanism out. Obviously there's no glass in this because the glass is broke and I've hoovered it all out. Okay, so now we should be able to liberate the mechanism from the door. So what I'm doing is I'm just bending at the bottom of the channel here. I'm going to make sure there's not another bolt. Okay, so you would have to take the bolt out that holds this slider for the quarter light out at the very least anyway, because the mechanism actually goes in past that. So I've done that. It was already out anyway, so there's our window winder mechanism. Simple enough. It's a very simple mechanism. Really all it is it's a worm drive that goes right the way up through here and down here and attaches to this, and as you turn that, it turns the worm drive, which pulls that up and down. It's very effective though. You know, I mean, they seem to be hell-bent these days on overcomplicating this mechanism, and I've never had a problem with a Beetle window winder mechanism in the past. The only thing I had to do with this is lubricate it, but I think that's fair enough, and it's 45 years. When you lubricate it from this side, you can actually see the screw mechanism there. It's looking pretty crusty at the moment, but that's, to be honest with you, I'm just going to give that a little bit of a wipe off and it'll be alright, and then we'll get into fitting our new glass onto it and going from there. Alright, so we have the new glass with the channel already attached there. I actually got a piece of second-hand glass and the channel was attached, but if not and you get a separate channel and piece of glass, then you have to stick the glass into the channel. I'll leave you guys to figure that bit out because I don't want to lead you astray. So anyway, right, so that's the glass and the channel there, and the old channel can come off. This one here, the window lift channel is what it's called. So the reason the glass wasn't fitted when I got the car back is because this is rotten, and see there, that's fairly rotten alright, but need to look, God, it really is, isn't it? I think I could say that's fair enough, but in my efforts to try and make the car watertight when I got it back from the body shop, that's when I broke it. So it was my own silly fault. So anyway, right, so that's that. So the next thing we can do is put our new glass onto put the regulator onto the new piece of glass. Tighten up the bolts. Yeah, okay, so we may have to adjust that because there's a slot in those bolts, but for the moment anyway, that's done, so we can actually look at installing that into the car now. So this is where it's going to get a little bit fiddly, simply because of the fact that I now have the glass on. So you'll have to excuse the talking in the background. In fairness, it's because of the fact that we're in a housing estate here. So alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and lift the glass needs to go into the channel first, and then we can kind of move everything else around. So there's sliders on either side the glass is going to go up into. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and ease the glass in such a way that it goes up through the sliders, and then we can move everything else around afterwards. get away with a little bit of up and down pressure when it comes to glass, but what you will not get away with is trying to bend it in any way, shape or form. So that's essentially how glass gets broken. Alright, so we're roughly in position there now, as in is inside the door. So now I need to get that glass into that channel, and then I need to get the bolts into this. So a bit more faffing is involved. Okay, I can see what was causing me the hardship. The rod that's going up to the door locking mechanism here has this this little joiner on it for the central locking actuator I have down here. So what was happening is it obviously got bent out at some stage. So I just need to pull that out a little bit again, and hopefully that will allow me to get the glass in, because it just won't go into that channel there on that side. So there's a felt channel in there now. I can feel it now, and there's nothing blocking it. So hopefully it'll go in. It would definitely be easier without the quarter light frame in, there's no doubt about that, but I'm just stubborn and I want to see if I can actually do it with the quarter light frame still in. So let's do that. Yay. Okay. Just about in business here now, folks. So I'm just going to get a bolt in the bottom here so it doesn't drop back down on me again. Okay, we leave a little bit of wiggle room in that there now, but basically that is more or less in position. Now what I need to do is I need to try and get the guide into position, and the guide is going to be tricky as well, because remember that has to go up and over the bolt up here, which you can't see. So it needs to come up along here and down to this point here. So I need to push back this frame and basically or pull out the door skin just to squeeze that in past it, and then we'll get a bolt in there afterwards. There wasn't a bolt in it actually before I started this job, so we'll have to address that as well. I'm sure I can find an M6 bolt that will do the trick. Alright, so I can actually just reach in there, pry that. It's one of those wonderful jobs where you definitely got to cut yourself at some point or another. I'm thinking if I put the glass up it might actually be a little bit easier. So now just push that up in there. That's the job. Okay, so a couple of bolts in the winder mechanism, the part that the winder goes onto. Just got that in loosely so it's not going to disappear on me again. Let's just make sure we're getting free movement in the window now. Yeah, I can see now what needs to happen with this. Remember I told you that the holes were slotted in the lift channel? The glass needs to go over probably about a quarter of an inch. So I'm going to do that now. You can see because there's a gap on the left side and there isn't on the right, it's actually pushing the window rubber in on the right. So I just want to crack these off a little bit. Just slide the glass across like that. And hopefully that's all we need to do. Now let's see how we get on. Close enough at this point in time because I still have to button in the channel, but that's definitely a hell of a lot better. So I need to just get a couple of washers and just get everything screwed into place properly, and then we can go from there. I got two nice little M10 bolts, which are M6 bolts, which are exactly the same length as the old ones out of the window wiper mount motor that I rebuilt yesterday. Okay, so let's have a look and see how the mechanism is operating. Fantastic. Now I need to sort out a couple of the seals which aren't in the right position, but the window itself certainly is anyway, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a clean, just so at least that's that done. And job's a good one, so I'm happy with that. Bit of faffing around that other videos don't necessarily show you, but the end result is the same. So we'll leave it there, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in a future video. Talk to you soon.